Shalom, shalom. Call halal, Yahal Bashim, Yashar Bashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect throughout the four corners. Men, women, and children that believe are the 1/3. Drop a quick video before I take it in for the night. Uh, yeah, I was watching some news on that happened in Houston. And, the Lord basically turning it up out here as far as his judgment. People used to get away with a lot of shit, so-called get away, because the Lord was slow to judge. But now a lot of judgment is coming up the pipeline, and he making it, where nobody want to deal with these women, or you're gonna have to be real skeptical about dealing with these women, especially concerning your life, because a lot of judgment is coming down the pipeline. And with a lot of men is real emotional. They've been raised by single mothers. So emotional men is real dangerous. Any man that's emotional, emotional men shoot up schools. Emotional men, be beating on their wife, domestic violence. Emotional men just lash out. They don't have no control. So one of the most dangerous men is an emotional man. And a lot of these young dudes today is emotional. They tied in to these women, and they give their heart over to these women. And these women don't give a fuck about them, but they try to hold on to them and wife them up. So this is a story that happened out in Harris County, Texas. Let me see if I can play it. No, I can't play it. Some other shit popped up. But it's all good. I'm gonna just read it. Houston man was sentenced to prison on Monday after pleading guilty earlier this year to murder for shooting in Springs, says Harris County District Attorney. James Ray Lane, 24, entered a guilty plea for murder on August 17 for killing Gregory L. Moore on June 28th, 2021. He was sentenced to 22 years after a 2-month pre-sentence investigation. Lane will have to serve at least half of his sentence before becoming eligible for parole. This was a planned and premeditated attack on an unsuspecting visitor to Houston, and there could have to be consequences, Ogg stated. We were prepared to go to trial and seek justice in this case, but the defendant chose the actor to decide his punishment, and that was a choice. Okay, Moore, the victim, was a single father of 3 from New Jersey at the time of his death, and was staying at an Airbnb in Spring with 3 friends who had come to Houston for vacation. And to mention, this could happen to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Even brothers in the truth. Because these women, they ain't fucking right, man. You ask if they dealing with somebody, they got a boyfriend, or they'd tell you no. Especially if you ask, they'd be like, I ain't know you was, if they like you, or, you got your shit together, you in shape, or, you look good to them, or whatever reason they like you. If they like you, and you ask them that, they gonna be like, they gonna know, like, why would you ask that? Like, obviously you care. So if I tell them I do got a man, I'm gonna blow my chance of getting with you. So I'm gonna just say no. You know what I mean? And that happened with a lot of chicks. Even from my personal experience, they say no. And a lot of times they be having newborn babies. A lot of times, the guys still be in the picture, but they move on. But men don't move on so fast how the women do. Because, they could get in a relationship by like tomorrow. It's going to take a man a minute to find somebody and like commit to them, especially if he ain't got his shit together or in decent shape. He going to take a minute to get into a relationship. Eve could find a relationship in the blink of an eye in 2 hours, get somebody to commit, especially with all these simps out here, right? So this could happen to anybody. The group went out to multiple clubs and restaurants during a weekend and met several women. And studies show like 80 to 90% of women in clubs are taken. So this is a high ground for adultery. Yo, man, I'm gonna keep it real. Yo, you got a bitch, you brothers in the truth and out. You got a bitch that go to clubs and bars and you made her your wife. You a fucking idiot, man. I'm gonna keep it straight up. Well, if you don't like it, then fuck it. It's because you wifed her up. You know what I mean? You gotta have a ruling class mentality, because men gotta take some accountability too. Why the fuck would you wife up a bitch that's club and bar hopping? Now, if you met her there and she repented, whatever, all right, that's a different case. So you ain't know and you found out, but if your bitch willingly get dolled up and okay, get dolled up and go to a club or a fucking bar, because what they going there for? First of all, to get drunk, the flirt, to get drinks. Now, a lot of those dudes in the club, they won't fuck with. But if the Mr. Right come up, trust to believe, your woman is getting dick down. She getting piped out that same night. And, they either, because, Eve, she'll go to a club for entertainment. Her friends could drag her there, right? Or they'll go, for validation. They want to get pampered by men, but they don't want to fuck with none of them. And the third reason they go is to meet Mr. Right. Sometimes Mr. Right may show up there, he might not talk to them, and they mind Mr. Right. And you that wifed her up, that was dumb enough to wife her up, is just a placeholder boyfriend. Meaning, she just dealing with you to get benefits. You might take her on trips. You might buy her gifts. You might rub her back. You give her the boyfriend experience, but she never liked you. And it always signs there, but men ignore them. And, the thirst is real. She never liked you. So she got you as a placeholder boyfriend. Basically, she got a further on first base waiting to steal second. And they go to these clubs and, and they meet these different dudes. He say the right shit. They drinking and all of that. And if you know this and you wife them up, you got what you deserve. You got what you deserve coming. Because you shouldn't be giving away your commitment like that. Especially to these hoes in Babylon. You got to vet them. You got to vet them with a fine-tooth comb. So they've been they've been club hopping, restaurants, and the Lord had their judgment coming. You know what I mean? Because they probably was like willful sinning, committing adultery anyway. They probably ain't even give a fuck if they had dudes or not, or you know what I mean, or they was wife or married. So the Lord sent the judgment. But anyway. Weekend meeting several women, exchanging phone numbers, according to Harris County DA. On Sunday night, Moore and one of the women he had met that weekend arrived at the house in the 3500 block, Braywin Court, while the other men were inside in the Airbnb. So, other dudes, at the Airbnb, I guess he went outside to meet her. The woman was Lane's girlfriend. The dude who killed him named Lane, that was his girlfriend. And Lane tracked her using her cell phone location. So he was tracking her. So he simped out. Tracking her. The bitch don't want to be with you. And I see dudes like that all the time. You know, where you at? You know, and that, a lot of that come from being raised up under your single mother. That they a son husband, so that transfer over to them cleaving on heavy to their girlfriends. You know what I mean? So obviously she's not. You seen her get dressed. You seen her go out with her girls. You seen her put all of this sexy shit, spray this perfume going. You asked her where she going. She told you get the fuck out of here. She stomped off on you. And she's not picking up her phone. None of that shit. You know what it is. So you track her down. You grab the gun. You like, yo, that's Texas. There's guns everywhere. So you grab the gun. You like, oh, if she doing something, she better not be doing nothing or whatever, right? Lane drove to where the house was located, got out his car with a flashlight and a handgun. So this motherfucker was on some MacGyver shit, right? Then assaulted Moore and the woman by pistol whipping them both. So he was lashing out. He didn't even shoot them off back. He just lashing out, pistol whipping them both. Cause you know you like, oh, you fucking with him. You got, you know what I mean? Cause you know you gotta put your. I see dudes like this all the time. He's heartbroken, right? Lane shot Moore multiple times before leaving with the woman. See? And they never kill. You know, I ain't promoting this, but this in the law though. They always kill each other. One nigga dead, one nigga in jail. The woman just skate away scot-free before leaving with the woman. Harris County Sheriff Office detective, and the brother probably pleaded. But you know, it was all a judgment of the Lord. Hey, the Lord, hey, nobody could deliver out of the Lord's hand when he wants you, you know? He used cell phone data to track him. He was arrested and taken into custody several days later. The case was prosecuted. This was a jealous ambush. See? He ran up to them with a flashlight and a gun and ended up shooting 9 times. Aaron said, people said these things were getting later. I pray to God that justice seek that's it. But hey, let me get some scriptures, man. This is Leviticus 20 and 10. This is the law on adultery. And if a man can commit adultery with another man's wife. So adultery for a man is when he lay down with another man's wife. Not just another woman that's single. But that word single could be tossed around. You know what I mean? Thrown around. Because it's like, you know, a chick could be like, oh, I broke up. You broke up 2 days ago. But you gotta use your discretion, man. If you see a woman with a fucking newborn baby that's fucking 8 weeks old, like the dude is still around, man. You know what I mean? Like she ain't even, the stitches ain't even healed up yet. And you know, you dudes so fucking thirsty, you be trying to smash. Or if you see a woman with 5 kids, she been with a dude for 17 years and got 5 kids by him. Yo dumb ass gonna go fuck with her. Oh, we've been arguing lately. You know, I ain't hear from him in a week or 2 weeks, and you gonna go over there. You know what I mean? I used to say, like, have her come to you, but now they got the shit where they could track them through their phones and all this shit, so the Lord ain't got it safe out here, you know? But if a woman sleep around her as a man, that's adultery, right? With his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and adulteress shall both be put to death. But you dudes always let the woman live. And what she go out here doing? She go back to them same clubs. She don't even mourn over you niggas. Because what? That dude that died, he was just a one-night fuck that she been fucking. Know what I mean? And the nigga that went to jail, she ain't want to deal with him anyway. So she don't give a fuck about neither one of them. She gonna go out back with her girlfriends. And another man died. Hey, Ciroc 25. Other woman came to beginning of sin, and through her we all die. You know what I'm saying? So you dudes dropping dead over these chicks. You know, let me get Proverbs 16, 34, 30. No, I think it's 6. That's 16. 32. 34. Okay. For jealousy, Proverbs 6 and 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he would not spare in the day of vengeance. Because a man, you know, once a man get deeply jealous, especially over his woman and his kids, he grabbed that gun, he ain't spared. He pistol whipped him. Then he came to the conclusion, and that's the Lord, right? Because he could have let him go. He probably wasn't fighting back. You know, to him, he like, I ain't trying to die over no bitch. You can have the bitch. You know what I mean? But, hey, dude, the Lord put the judgment in his mind. Nah, fuck that. Take him out. Leave with the girl. And then he ain't kill a girl when he left with her. He turned himself in. You know, once that spirit left. And she was the root cause of all of it. Because she knew their relationship. She knew he was still emotionally attached. You know? So, this is, and they also say he who commit adultery lack understanding. You know, because, see, dudes be like, oh, fucking his bitch and this and that. All right. Now, I mean, see, you just think, like, oh, you breaking up a family and a home. Nah. Like, not committing adultery is safe for your own fucking life. Because you got a lot of simp-ass niggas out here that's not getting played, not getting no play. They not getting no ass. They haven't touched or smelled or seen a woman. Because women got real stingy with the box nowadays due to the internet. Because they got access to different guys flying them out. So a lot of dudes getting played. A lot of dudes is thirsty. Then when they finally get a little taste or get attached to a woman, they heart cling unto her. You know what I mean? And they try to rule over her through rage. But these women ain't beat. These Babylonian chicks 2.0, they ain't beat, man. You know? So you deal with them accordingly, but you gotta use wisdom. And like I said, ain't but so much wisdom you could use. This could happen to any one of us. Because I deal with, like, not now, because I ain't dealing with no chicks right now, because my mind is focused on something else. So I just cut women. I mean, I'm out here in Baltimore. They be trying to holler at chicks. Some of them actually decent, good looking. But I don't deal with none of them. I might take a number or two. I don't call them. I don't deal with them. If I do interact, I just like nix them off, or I bring out my snobby side and shit like that. They like, what's wrong with you? Type shit. And eventually they just scare you off and shit. But anyway, I dealt with chicks, you know, you go over there and this and that. But yeah, even if, you know, Jake calls safety and security is subjective. Even if you call yourself having a gun or getting a gun or this and that. You know what I mean? Then who's to say if he caught him red-handed? It ain't say that. But what if he was dicking her, busting her ass, and the mom dicking her down? Yeah, I'm being vulgar because, like, you gotta get the picture. What if he was piping her down outside? Because remember, it's dudes in the Airbnb, so he probably like, man, ain't enough space up there. What's good? Like, you coming through or what? Like, he caught her giving him head in the car, or he had that shit bent over while you know what I mean? Because it's a complex, and that's Texas. So he probably had her in the cut somewhere. He's smacking that shit from the back. and he ran up on it like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah. And he like, oh, man, I'm just out here in Houston. You know what I mean? Then Houston got some badass women. You know what I mean? Like, some nigga, big booty nigga woman, the Galleria. Shit. It was times like brothers or something like, yeah, man, let's take a trip out to Houston, man. Some like, then we from the New York area and shit. They probably, you know what I mean, be with it. Who knows? But like I said, it could happen to anybody. And you know, that's why it's always gotta good to be circumspect and not be so fucking thirsty out here. And I mean, and watch where you step. But hey, man, you know, hey, at the end of the day, you just gotta pray that the Lord's mercy be with you, because this could happen to any. I keep saying it because it could. You know what I mean? Because these bitches be lying. What you really, really, really want to try to do is going to be hard. But if you can find you a decent quality woman or get you a wife or two and just deal with that till the bombs drop, really, because like it's crazy out here. This shit can happen in Colombia, Dominican Republic. This shit can happen anywhere. It's just not the soils of Babylon. So man, try to read these women's spirit. Try to watch where you step. Try to be circumspect and deal accordingly. I mean, I even tell a bitch, yo, turn your phone off. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but hey, these dudes, these death by scent, that's what I call it, death by scent. These dudes out here, they fuck around, put a microchip in the bitch stilettos and fucking hunt her down that way. Like, the thirst is real, you know? And these chicks be playing with these dudes' hearts and they mind, they cleave unto them. They'll take your ass out in the blink of an eye over their woman, over some thought that don't even want them. Yeah, man. So with that, man, y'all better stay up out there, stay circumspect. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect, but judgment is coming down the pipeline. Shit is getting wicked. The Lord's turning it up, and He's being merciless, especially towards the 2/3 and the ones of our people that refuse to repent. So a lot of shit that they think they was getting away with is cool. Judgment is coming around the corner real quick. So with that, shalom.